Well, well, well. Hello there, Mike. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. It is Wednesday, my dude, and it is time for more weird news.
On a Wednesday.
Indeed, indeed. The world is weird, and it's time for us to share that weirdness with you at home.
Yeah.
But, of course, as is tradition, Mike, is this picture CGI?
No,
No,
I believe this is real.
you're wrong.
Ooh.
It is made in Blender. It is not.
Ooh.
It is fake.
Well, now I've got two wrong.
Gotcha! Gotcha, bitch!
You cheeky little fuck.
Ah, yes, it is fake, unfortunately.
I wonder. Well, no, not unfortunately. It's really fucking good.
I mean, it is really good. But clearly,
Where?
those things are too smooth for Lego.
Okay, now I can. The one thing that I'm looking at now, because I like to just look and make an impulse guess, and
The
I'm
elastic band?
generally right. Where?
Well, the elastic band, like, I actually had this piece of Lego when I was a kid. So you see the little like line going around the engine at the back.
Yeah.
That's actually meant to be an elastic band that goes around it,
Okay.
and you twist
The
it so that the wings are held up.
Okay. Well, the one thing that now is making me think it's not real, we already know it isn't, is the pink light that's hidden just behind the back.
Yes, the
That
one
kind
that's
of,
just out of frame on the
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yes. So the two that obviously we can see that are the big ones right on the hind bits, they look fine.
There we go. I'll zoom in just quickly,
The
then go
one
back to
that's the
regular.
one that's hidden looks like it shouldn't be there. It looks
Yes,
like it's not there, if you know what I mean.
yes, I know what you mean. Like because I had this, so I know it's a very good
Well,
rendition.
you cheated.
Ah, Mike. Alas, you got it wrong.
But you
But
cheated.
speaking of cheating, we obviously video games, Mike. Me and you play video games.
Do we?
We do. And have you heard about the lovely metaverse that Mark Zuckerberg has made?
Oh boy.
Would you like to see what his Ooh, 10 billion US dollars has got him.
Yes, let's.
This is Mark Zuckerberg's 10 billion dollar metaverse. Look at that, Mike.
Mm.
Look at that. Hey, Ash, how's
Ah.
it going? I hope you're doing well. Look at that.
But
He's staring into your soul, Mike.
that looks worse than the Xbox 360 avatars.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's $10 billion that got you. 10 billion. Too warm, send ice. I feel you, Ash. It is very warm.
It is a bit warm,
It's like even though there's rain
actually.
outside, it's still getting warm. Still pretty hot.
Is it? Is it raining?
Yeah,
No, it is not. You lied.
it is. Yeah.
We're 40 miles of weather.
But yes, like people are comparing it to like things like this, like Second Life in 2007, Metaverse 2022.
I mean, it's smoother. There's less pixels.
I guess
There's
so.
a
But
Eiffel Tower in the middle of a forest.
so the thing that they're clearly trying to do, like you see how all they've got is like two things
Yeah.
and him. Like they're clearly just trying to get people on board so that the public can essentially build the game for them.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like they're pretty much touting it as like something like Minecraft.
You can build all your own stuff.
There should be a word that's like Schadenfreude, but specifically for how wonderful it is to see the company that helped break democracy pour 10 billion down the drain to create this hilarious 2022 love child of The Sims and Wii Nintendo. Ah, look, Twisted Metal's Eiffel Tower in 1996. Yeah, surprisingly, this has been mocked everywhere.
Oh, of course it is.
It's absolutely dreadful. You remember the metaverse or Twisted Metal? But speaking of bad taste, Mike, what do you think the
Ooh.
best hairstyle on a man is?
There is no right answer for that because it is entirely subjective.
If
So
you're
I'm all I
well,
could say is not mine.
I thought you were going to say not mullet. Because Mike, you'll never guess what's happening over in the US.
Is it people bringing
It's
mullets?
the USA Mullet Championships.
Okay, so I fucking hate people.
I love it. It's great. Would you like to
Um,
enter the USA Mullet Championships?
no.
Wow, I think I broke you. Nah,
This
I'm good. Nah.
this
Uh huh.
I actually don't have words.
Peak performance. This
Hmm.
hairstyle.
I am uncomfortable.
Don't worry, Mike. We'll go back. We'll go to something you love. History.
Yes, that's fair. Also, I keep reading that as the Lisa Mullet Championships.
The Lisa Mullet Championships. Why
I don't
Lisa?
know why.
Oh,
Because
I see what you mean. Yeah, it's because it's like this little bit here.
yeah.
It makes it seem like that would be an L. I feel you. But yes, Mike. Divers find a World War One US shipwreck missing since 1917 near the Cornwall coast.
So I guess the first thing I should say is keep moving.
We keep moving. Just like in The Man of Medan, the hit video game. Keep
40
moving.
miles off the coast of the Isles of Scilly.
Yeah,
So,
it's been lost for since 1917. It's weird that people just like randomly after all this time they're eventually just like finally we found it.
so were they looking for it or did they stumble across it?
They stumbled across it. But no,
Because
they were looking for it. Sorry, they were looking for it. However, like everyone else who looked for it didn't find it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They technically, even though they were looking for it, did stumble across it.
Why were they looking for it?
Um,
If
why
it's
not?
been, if it's been, but if it's been, so this year's, right? Yes. So
Yes, it
why
is.
were
They're all
they
new.
looking for a 105-year-old missing ship?
You got some. You have to get something to do after lockdown. I mean, why does anyone do anything,
I'm
Mike?
just thinking, sure, like if they were just mapping it out or just deep sea diving, I'd get it. But if they were just looking for it, that bodes a lot of questions.
Maybe because it was a US warship that was sunk. So it's like kind of
Mm.
unique. There's not many of them, especially a World War one.
I mean, I'd argue there were plenty of US warships sunk.
In World War One.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. But obviously, Mike, I know you love sport as much as you love history.
I
So,
do solidly enjoy sport.
what do you know about the Grand Prix or the Grand Prix?
I do know Formula One
Mm-hmm.
ish. I know it exists.
So, what do they normally do in the Grand Prix?
Go fast.
In what?
Cars.
Cars. Yep. So I'd say cars would be fundamental to a Grand Prix, correct?
So is the person.
Well, so is the person, yes. However, but I'd say those two in tandem would be required for a Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mike, over in the Dutch Grand Prix wants to be more sustainable and will ban cars where possible.
So I'm assuming that if we
Yeah,
delve into this, it's going to be transport to and from
pretty
the
much, yes.
circuit, the
Electric buses,
hotels, going
shared
at like the
scooters.
paddocks, that
Yes,
sort of thing. But
yes,
that as a title
it is great.
is great.
Like,
Yes.
I mean, imagine this guy. I don't know who he is. Formula One driver Max Verstappen. Maybe,
Verstappen.
maybe he's great. I don't know.
He's the reigning world champion.
Good for him. Good for him. He goes fast.
Some say controversially, but we will not get into that. It was
Oh
nearly a
wow,
year ago. Get over it.
Jesus. I guess this is just a big kettle of fish that I've opened. I have no idea because
You
it's
you gave
sports.
me a sport question. How long have you got?
This is where we need you on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire again. Hello there, it's me, Chris Tarrant. Do you know your sports questions? Ooh, ooh. That's £32,000. But yes, this person might be out of a job if they're banned cars.
I have a sneaky feeling he won't be.
Probably not, yes. But you are correct, though, Mike. It
They'll
is
just
the
go
electric
somewhere
buses,
else.
scooters,
But that's
bicycles, things
interesting
like that.
because they've spent years. Obviously, it's a fucking 200-mile-an-hour car. It's never going to be eco-friendly. But they've been trying. They've been cutting down on things. They've been doing things over a number of years to try and not be a coal fire,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
have you seen what they did as well? They've decreased their parking space by 5%.
Oh,
So
good for them.
233 parking spots.
Good for them. That means there'll be 20 there'll be 19 drivers at the start instead of 20.
Hey!
Hey.
You'd have to hope that the Formula One cars themselves and the pit crew get an exception, unless the pit crew are sharing a scooter.
No, but the pit crew don't need to be. They just need to get there once. They don't need
I,
to
I,
leave until it's over.
I guess. I mean, I guess so. What do the drivers just stay there until the Almighty God strikes them down? What?
Yes.
Yes, that is how sports works.
Yes. They keep going until someone dies. Survival of the fittest.
Well, speaking of rubber,
Yep, sure.
because tires, Mike, tires, Mike.
Sure.
That's
Sure.
you. My segues are the greatest. You love my
That was
segues.
out of all of the ones you've done, I think I've heard.
I make the best
That
segues, Mike.
that was definitely stretching it the most. Speaking of stretching
Speaking of
things,
stretching, rubber. So, Mike, sex toys.
brilliant.
I know, but like obviously, if there's a machine making sex toys, sometimes there's excess rubber. And what are you going to do with that? Well, Mike,
Probably.
there's a new home. You'd think maybe they'd mash it up and make another one, but no. Defective sex toys get second chances, fashionable shoes.
Hell, that as a headline
I know.
is special.
Like these are the shoes, plastic
They
sole
look
shoes.
dreadful.
I mean, they look kind of airy, I guess.
They look fucking dreadful. They look like a croc and a Sketcher used a
I feel
defective
you.
sex toy.
I feel you. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah. Look at them shoes,
Look at
Mike.
them. Look how good they are.
That could have been a dildo.
I'm so fucking glad it wasn't.
Imagine that, like you're going out, or like you're going out with your friends, and it's like, oh, those are some interesting shoes. Who makes them? Dildo company. What? There we go. Look at that bad
It
boy.
gets worse every time.
It's the little lip.
That's how you get them on.
Oh, have you seen the grip?
It's rather than a strap on, it's a
Exactly.
slip on.
It's a full on.
It's a
Oh look,
slip on.
Rose in good faith. Good for them, I guess.
Well, it can't. Okay, I'm done with the sex
Are
puns.
you, are you done with the sex toy shoes?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Mike, let's go from feeling good to flying high. Pilots. What's a pilot's one job?
Not crash.
Yeah, so I'd say you'd normally need to think they'd be awake at the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, a pilot falls asleep at 37,000 feet and, oh God, don't you know it? He misses the landing.
Well, I'm glad that that's the only thing that happened.
Well, he fell asleep and he had to do another run around. Twitter called it deeply concerning.
Of course they did. So I'm gonna I'm going to assume that they were on the autopilot bit
Yes.
and they just kept going.
Yeah, the plane kept them cruising at this.
And co-pilot looks over at Boyce, despite having not for the last 2.5 hours, and looks over, and suddenly his buddies catching flies, and they're flying over Nairobi, and oh shit,
Wait, so it was only 25 minutes. The 2.5 hours was further said the
the
aircraft
full journey.
remained on the
Ah,
ground. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah, I see.
yeah. But yeah, like just it's just fatigue. I mean, it's a good thing they now have autopilots because you'd hate if they. Oh God, I mean, I guess if they did fall asleep on the thing, on the control stick, the joystick or whatever it is. You'd hope that they don't like slouch over when they sleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just fall on the controls. Jesus. But I'd say they probably didn't do their best job. Hopefully, they've managed to get some rest. They may have been fired.
Maybe.
But obviously, reminds me of me and my meetings. Yeah, I feel you. Mike slept under his desk before,
Repeatedly.
many times. But obviously, Mike, you have a job and you're trained in that profession.
Sure.
You've never lied about your knowledge of the sports.
No, I don't think I have. Although people would argue that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone complains about everything, don't they? But
Exactly.
obviously, you know your stuff. This person, probably not. And this shit keeps happening. We've covered this many a time. Alleged imposter doctors' web of lies spanned continents for more than a decade.
Now that is a title.
Yes. So, he's been posing as a medical student for more than a decade. Like, he's just been going around places, and anytime he's been found out, sometimes they were just like, "Oi, you don't belong here. Get out." And then they just,
And then
like,
he
kick
just
him out.
leaves and
And he just
carries
leaves.
on.
But
So
if
at
he's, like,
some point,
Uh-huh.
isn't he going to know enough?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, yes. Especially since he's been on continents. So, essentially, what would happen is, like, when you hold the door open for someone.
Yeah.
So he was getting into like restricted areas of like
By
universities.
by dashing through when someone else goes
Yeah, by
through.
just going, "Oh, hey, hold the door for us,"
Mm,
and all the new students who
Jesus.
haven't met anyone, like he like has been dealing with cadavers as well.
Yeah.
Like he's been getting into
That's
like the actual like high end areas, and it's like, nah, this not good.
I mean it worked. You gotta respect the hustle.
That's very true. It's very very true.
You gotta also potentially respect the number of people he's killed.
Well, I mean, it's just he's only pretending to be a doctor. But I mean, being a fake seems to be, a thing today. I remember there being a dodgy fake paramedic who appeared in the tabloids a while ago called Ryan Nurse. Quite
God's
dishy too.
sake.
I mean, to be fair, like this has happened a lot. This has happened a lot. Many people have pretended to be within the medical field and then just lied about it. But like
Which is
that's
really worrying.
yes, but Mike, there's another story this week about people faking. So
Yeah.
obviously,
Are we going to revert back to defective sex toys?
no, we're not. We're continuing with the
Oh,
emergency services. Mike, so what are the three major emergency services?
oh boy. You've got your police, you've got your fire crew, you've got your ambulance.
Well, this guy would probably do an ambulance. Unfortunately, Mike, I don't have a fire crew for you, but I do have the police. An Indian gang ran a fake police station out of a hotel for 8 months.
This these are some really good stories.
Oh God, honestly, like
Jesus.
imagine that. Like you just go in, it's like, hey, I'd like to report a crime. Sorry, we're not police. Oh, I guess they would say they are. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, they say they would be. Of course they would. But why?
Shits and giggles. Maybe police. Maybe it's the idea of commanding respect. You know what I mean? Um, they believe to have extorted money from hundreds of people. So I guess it's monetary.
Yeah, I suppose it may. Yeah. Oh, pay us and we'll. Hmm.
Yeah, but running just a fake police station.
Private security
Yeah, I guess so.
police.
Why not? But
Pay us detective police.
Mike, earlier, this is also I guess a person of I guess people of some authority. I guess.
Yeah.
So earlier in the podcast, Ash said that it's very hot, and it is quite hot in the UK.
It is pretty warm.
Would you say that a meteorologist and their predictions for the weather are accurate?
If they said it was warm, yes. If they didn't, no.
But would you say that if they had said it was going to rain and it didn't, they deserve to be fired?
No, because
Mm-hmm.
the wind could change direction and suddenly someone who wasn't meant to get rain didn't, and someone who wasn't did.
Well, that's not what the Hungarian government think. Because
Well,
Hungary sacks a weather chief, well, two of them specifically, after they forecast rain and it cancels a firework festival.
that kind of serves them right for cancelling it. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to do it, go ahead. But, like, they were just like, you said it was going to rain! Now we've lost money on our fireworks. It didn't
Oh no,
rain.
because we'll never be able to use those again.
I mean, you wouldn't have been able to if it was raining. I don't think I think they got done dirty. I mean, I guess it's their job, like to predict the weather, but it's the weather, man.
Yes. What are
Like
you gonna do?
you can't predict with 100% certainty, surely, what the fucking weather is going to be. I feel they got done dirty.
Let's just fire everyone.
Honestly, I do feel like they got done dirty by that.
Oh,
That doesn't
absolutely.
seem right. Right?
No, of course not. Because what are you gonna do? You do your job. The science tells you one thing. It just
Are you going to
doesn't.
blame the weather?
Yeah, no. How dare you?
But
Blame science.
Mike,
Blame
obviously,
science.
they missed a lovely fireworks party, and at a party you often get drunk. Well, you know when you get so drunk that you just pass out.
I don't think I've ever just done that.
Well, has this experience ever happened to you, Mike? A man smashes his way out of a coffin after being buried alive when he passes out at a festival.
No, that definitely has not happened to me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Like, imagine that though. Just like, oh, what a great night. What the fuck? I'm in a casket. Honestly, so wild.
How?
The like, so he woke up in a coffin after being buried alive. He went to the festival where people give thanks to nature and the natural world. He now believes other
And they
partygoers
tried
had
to give
buried
thanks.
him as an offering, as you do.
Yeah, yeah.
I often think, if I went into town, you know, went on a night out because I clearly always go out, me and my anxiety. Um, I'd go out and then go to like the center of life or something. And then they'd just be like, ah, you're alive, therefore we shall sacrifice you to the
Yeah,
northeast.
to the center for life.
Indeed. Now, Mike, obviously,
Yes,
we exist in the UK.
just about.
And who is the reigning monarch of the UK?
Queen Elizabeth the
Exactly.
second.
Did you know she has a stunt double?
Of course she does.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember specifically when? This would be your sport knowledge coming up.
Is it going to be the 2012 Olympics?
It would be. It would be, Mike. So this is the news headline, and I'm telling you the news headline before I show you, because I want to see what you think the Queen's stunt double looks like.
It's not going
So
to look like her.
the Queen's stunt double has been arrested for a proper crime, by the way. Like they've been arrested for pushing their girlfriend down the stairs. So not a
Oh,
good
damn.
crime.
I thought you were going to say treason or
No,
impersonate something like that. Oh, no, no,
it's not
no.
a fun or stupid crime. It's a proper crime.
Legit,
This person's
legit
an
crime.
asshole.
Okay.
Now, what do you think they look like? This
They're going to
stunt
look.
double of the
They're
Queen.
going to look nothing like the Queen.
Yes, you are correct. This is the Queen's stunt double. Skydiver Gary Conroy. That looks
now
like
that
the
we,
Queen.
now that we've got to this point,
Look at that. It's great.
yep.
Hello! It's like Mrs. Doubtfire. You hate people?
I do.
It's okay,
I
Mike.
really do.
Well, obviously, nature is a fickle mistress, and it sometimes strikes back at people. Specifically, this one person who I believe he's meant to be kind of an asshole, or the people who he leads, like the people of the retrospective country think he's kind of a prick. This person, I just swallowed a bee. Ford upstaged by insect while getting pressed on healthcare.
And he choked, I'm assuming, at some point.
So he wants to essentially like privatize healthcare.
I'm shocked. That's in Ireland. Yes.
So like
No?
what? No.
No. Wrong Dundalk.
Ontario-based
Yeah,
company.
Canada. No, I saw Dundalk and assumed Ireland.
Yeah, but like yeah. So he's just on the thing, and he's talking about healthcare and like how like it should be paid for instead of free, and then like a bee just flies in his mouth and goes straight down. And he's just like, well, that was weird. It's like, yeah, imagine if you had healthcare to, deal with the bee. It's like the most like sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't sound very happy.
No, because healthcare. We've had
Fine, Mike.
the last few stories we've had there have been a little undertony.
Fine,
And
Mike. How about I tell you of the Pez smuggler?
now that's better.
The Pez smuggler? You like the Pez smuggler?
Yes,
You're
that's
down with the Pez
better.
smuggler, are you?
Yes.
Okay, so the Michigan Pez smuggler goes from riches to debt to silver screen. So he was a former machinist from DeWitt, realizing his dream of having a movie made about him smuggling Pez dispensers into the USA. So now he's trying to get the company who makes Pez to make a Pez dispenser of him. So as you can see at the top. So this is the lovely man, the Pez outlaw. This is taking the Pez. That is pretty good, actually.
This is definitely taking the Pez.
So this is the man, the Pez outlaw.
So,
And here's the movie, The Dangerous, The Pez
two pairs, too furious.
Outlaw. some some hobbies are more dangerous than others. The Pez Outlaw. The
Clearly, it isn't. Otherwise,
Pez Outlaw.
so how long did this go on for?
Quite a while. Glenn and his alter ego, the Pez Outlaw. Look at that. The Adventures of the Pez Outlaw. It started with garbage cans. The smuggler story told Glenn is audacious. Yeah. Truth and myth. In the 90s, Glenn was a machine operator who made extra money by selling thousands of toys given out by cereal companies. You know, make an extra buck on the side. He obtained the items by scouring the trash containers of recycling plants for cereal boxes and cutting out the coupons. Fair dues. He collected. His compulsive collecting followed years of drugs and alcohol abuse as a teenager. Oh, I guess he has some of his fines, I guess. Yep. Devlin has bought 10,000 dispensers over 34 years, including one that cost $2,500.
He got
In all, he smuggled 2 million Pez dispensers into the UK. In the UK? The US.
so at least he really, really went for it. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't just.
Like, he went to the factory, 27 cents from the factory, $5. Pretty good. A discounted one would sell for $25, and a prototype or factory reject would fetch much more, for it is rare.
He's done well, to be
I
fair,
mean, he's
hasn't
done
he?
well. Like, what do you think of Pez?
I'm gonna just level with you.
Yeah?
I've no idea what it is.
What? Really? They're candies. So the
Really?
idea is you put the candy in this, like, Pez dispenser, the head, and you, like, lift the head up, and then a little candy comes out, and you eat the candy.
Huh.
They were very common in the 90s, early 2000s. I'm pretty sure they're still being made. However, would you like to know the truth behind Pez?
Sure.
They were meant to be a relief from smoking. It was an aid for those that smoked, like to have
Huh.
something with their hands to fidget with, and then something
Yeah.
to put in their mouth to stop them from smoking. Now,
Yeah.
Mike, this is the story that will make you wince,
Okay.
and I'm ready to skip past it quite quickly.
I can see the.
Man accidentally cuts his own genitals while dreaming after falling asleep. So he was dreaming he was cutting meat.
Oh God.
Uh huh. Have you
But
winced yet?
what? Only a little bit. But I want to get through that. I want to. I want to learn more.
He chopped off
What?
part of his testicle as he had a dream he was cutting meat.
Yep. So where was
Neighbors
the
heard,
knife?
yep. Neighbors heard
Where?
screams. It was in his hand. He fell asleep. And then he had a dream that he was cutting meat. Ah, I hate it. Makes me.
Yeah.
That is the wincy story.
That's not great, is it?
Don't worry, Mike, though. We'll go to something that wouldn't make you wince. The church.
Sports.
The church, Mike. Of course, the church. Faith.
Great.
This US
So-
pastor called his congregation poor, broken, busted, and disgusted for not paying him, for not buying him a luxury watch. Just wanted that watch, man. Jesus provides luxury watches.
You're not just really hate people.
Oh, Mike, when you think of evangelists, you know the like very like evangelists or like firm believers. I mean, you know,
Yes.
fine. Everyone has their own beliefs. Obviously, the group you most think of with evangelists is the furry community,
No.
because Evangelical Christian furries are worried they'll be targeted for their faith.
I have a sneaky feeling they'll be targeted for something else.
They're worried because they are anti-gay, unfortunately.
Yes.
But yes, they believe that they will be targeted. The furries.
I guess, first of all,
Yes.
fuck them.
Well then. But don't worry, Mike. I'm going to give you some good stories. How about some good stories?
Yes.
Let's get some joy on the go. A dog found 500 feet underground months after it vanished into a Missouri cave. So this dog went missing for 2 months. Okay. Everyone thought the dog's dead. Stopped looking for it. However, it did survive. It survived in a cave. It was similar to how the cave floods happened in where was it? The Philippines. You know how the seawater rushes in and then it blocks off the cave.
Yeah.
It was essentially like that, but then divers went in and saved the dog. And the dog is fine. Happy story.
Because dogs.
Dogs are good. Everyone loves dogs.
And missing. I find myself always asking how when we see these sort of things. Like how.
I mean,
I suppose
I'd love this one is a bit harder to ask how because it's a dog, and I don't know if many people speak dog.
that's a fair point.
Like normally, when it's how, you can ask the person, and the person will sometimes tell you in the article. But this is a dog. The like I said, the most likely thing is the dog went like out and about, and the seawater rushed in, trapping it.
Yeah.
But Mike, obviously, there's more animal news. It's been
Yeah.
hot. It's been dry all over the world. And it's kind of revealing something interesting. So back
That the world
when
is thoroughly unprepared for climate change and we're all fucked.
yes, but other than that, the fact that something used to wander the earth 65 million years ago, or specifically 113 million years ago. Dinosaur footprints from 113 million years ago uncovered after Texas drought.
Yeah, they look cool.
They look cool. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's one of only good things about the drought. It actually looks fucking cool.
Yeah. So, do they know what it could have been from? Is it
Yes,
from something we
It is
don't
a
know?
relative of the T Rex.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a carnivorous dinosaur. They believe, like from the footprints, they can tell it was a smaller cousin of the T Rex.
So an Anjanath.
Pretty much, yes. An Anjanath walk these streets, but my gun and your dual blades or hammer.
Oh, hammer now, yes. Well, not now, but converted hammer boy.
Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Did they name this? Yeah, they did.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Theropod called
So there were two sets of tracks from
indeed
two
creatures
different
most likely made the
species.
footprints 113 million years ago.
Just 113 million years ago.
Imagine that though. Imagine leaving something like that behind. But speaking of things that have big feet and could kick you,
Me?
kangaroos.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kangaroo attacks leave coast town residents scared to leave homes. Residents live in fear as the kangaroos come.
I can't remember in like along the sort of animal scary things. I can't remember whether it was on one of these or whether I just saw it on
It was
Twitter,
me, it was the monkeys.
where they fed them and then they all came back.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
the
that was
crows.
it.
There was the crows that did that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that was on
I
here.
mean, animals going to animal.
Yeah, they're apparently just really aggressive, just waiting for people, just like those monkeys a few weeks ago. But obviously, these people are scared. You know, maybe they're older. You know, they don't know how to defend themselves. They don't have that instinct. You know what? You know what, Mike? you're playing Red Dead Redemption, the
Yeah,
role-playing game,
yeah,
and one of the things that could affect you is a snake bite.
absolutely.
But obviously, Mike, your character's, you know, at least older. Then they're certainly not a toddler.
No.
So you have lost your reactions on what best to do when you are bitten by a snake. But don't worry, there's a toddler in real life which will show you exactly what to do when faced with a snake. Snake bites a toddler, and the 2-year-old keeps biting it back until it dies.
That is. There have been some really good titles to these articles,
Yeah, this is a
and that's
20-inch snake. And the
and that's
toddler was just like,
definitely up there because. But that's the thing, right? That let's say that the kid can talk, right, at 2 years old,
yeah,
but you're still not particularly eloquent.
true.
You don't
Also,
always.
like,
You
how
don't
good are your teeth at 2?
fair. I'm just thinking more along the lines of like if you're under attack, clearly, you don't know how to process what you're feeling. So you bite because fair play.
Mm. Yeah, but like the toddler bit by a 20-inch snake, and she's just like, nah, I'm not having this.
I can't say there are too many people that will have been able to but
Deal with
say
a
they got
snake.
bitten by a snake and killed it.
Well, I think it's because obviously they're a kid. You know what I mean? They have that reckless abandon. They're not, they don't
Yeah.
understand morality yet. Whereas I'm saying you would have lost that with your character, or you, let's say, if you got bitten, because you're more likely to be like, oh, I've been bitten by a snake. I must go to the doctor and ignore the snake. I must run
But
away from thing that attacked me.
to have bitten it
Yeah, bit it until it
and
died.
keep biting it. Because like there must have been a sort of the snake must have been like, oh shit.
Yeah, there must have definitely been a point where there was like, oh, I fucked up.
But you know,
I think probably after the second or third bite.
this is one of those things where you really, really, really wish you could have seen it happen.
Just in the room, just like,
You just,
go on,
I'd
toddler.
love to have been a fly in the wall there, just to know what
This
happened.
this is where I find out like in your Red Dead roleplay, you're gonna set up this experiment.
I
So,
might,
toddler, here you go. Fight. It feels like something that Channel 4 would make as a TV show. You know what I mean? Toddler v
yeah.
Snake. Channel 4 is always out there, so they're just like, I sure will put any old shit on. But yeah, that is wild. I think that's probably
Yeah,
one of the
that's
wildest stories we have.
yeah, most definitely.
But, Mike, let's move to something, instead of eating snakes, something we'd normally eat fruit.
Sure.
Okay? Uh, would you say that oranges and lemons are vegan friendly?
Probably.
Probably. I'd say they would be because they're fruit. Well, apparently not so at Tesco. They are the forbidden fruit. Why
Why?
vegans are up in arms over Tesco's oranges and lemons. Apparently, the citrus fruit have used animal products such as celiac and beeswax to give them a nice shiny coating,
Okay, fair enough.
which is unsuitable for vegans.
Fair enough.
Don't you peel the orange?
Doesn't matter to them, does it?
But you peel it.
Oh, I get it, but
It's but you peel it.
yep, but it's on the product.
It's stupid. You
Yes.
peel the orange, like.
Yep. But it is part of the orange. It will have seeped into the
Uh,
orange, the lemon, and you know it. You know the truth. You can't live with yourself. You may
Yes,
as
I
well
can.
just
It's an
stop
orange.
eating
I can eat
fucking
the orange.
cows and chicken
I
if you're
think it's
going to
good.
eat my beeswaxy oranges.
Ooh, beeswaxy. I do like a good bit of beeswaxy. But Mike, obviously, speaking of like these liquids seeping into it, did you know that the human body is completely waterproof?
I doubt it.
You don't think about that. Like skin is waterproof. You didn't think of
I
that, did
mean,
you?
you don't think of
You
it
don't think about it. It's just like, well,
because you ring.
I technically I'm waterproof, but if I'm caught out in the rain, my clothes aren't.
Well, the only reason you don't think of it is because you wrinkle.
And you also wear clothes.
Well, yeah.
So you would be wet, so you'd assume that if my clothes are wet, then I am wet, therefore I am not waterproof. But you are waterproof. It's just your clothes that are an issue. It's a weird thought. I was just thinking that when you were like, they because these would be waterproof as well. Weird thought, Mike. You are waterproof now.
But only because I'm currently breaking inside.
That what you can't think about why you're waterproof.
No, well,
You're a broken human.
only a little bit because you don't. You're right. You don't think about it because you.
You are waterproof, Mike. Congratulations, you have achieved being waterproof. You never think about it, but you are actually
No, because
waterproof.
you wrinkle.
Yeah, you wrinkle, but you're still waterproof. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
that if you wrinkle,
fair,
that doesn't change anything.
it's a
You're
fair
still
point.
waterproof. It doesn't go through you, does it?
No, that's a fair point. And oh god,
I'm. You're waterproof, Mike. I'm
I'm
what?
a what?
Waterproof.
I- I-
And pretty dry, I'd wager.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, I think that broke you as a human being. I need to share that with more people. It's quite funny. That broke you. But speaking of getting wet and getting drunk, Mike, over in Japan, Japan urges its young people to drink more to boost the economy.
Yep, that's a perfectly logical words.
Well, I'll tell you
No,
right
I'm
now,
broken. I'm broken.
you are broken.
That
Ever
did
since
me.
thinking about that human
That
beings are waterproof, it has
that
broken you as a human
that
being.
really did me. But this goes along the lines of what our government tried to do the other year.
That's very true.
You get
Like,
people out, you get people spending, you keep things afloat, you keep going, it goes round.
yeah, like for like one story that Lone kept telling me about his time in Japan, was that they kept kicking him out of bars because they kept drinking too much on the all-you-can-drink things. Because you pay once, and it's all you can drink, and obviously, asking a northerner to drink or asking Kevin, who is a German, to drink all you can drink. All you can
Yeah.
drink is not really a phrase
Not
in the
clever.
retrospective cultures.
Yeah, no, of course not. But
You're
I'm just gonna
waterproof,
just I'm done.
You're waterproof.
I'm done. My head's done.
You're
Are they
broken.
are they saying further down the article that they want people to come up with ideas for promotions and stuff? But this is kind of good because it's going to get people to start thinking about shit, and it's going to get market.
Yeah,
It's
get
good.
more
I
business
like
out
it.
there,
Yeah.
But
I just
obviously,
my words are really failing right
yeah.
now.
Well, I really have broke you as a human being, telling you that humans are waterproof.
Jesus.
You're gonna have to tell people in your RP this.
But how would I know? It's 1899.
I guess that. Well, I mean, Mike, in 1899, people were still
People were
waterproof.
also waterproof.
People haven't changed.
No, but how
Skin
God,
hasn't changed
I
a great deal.
didn't think of that.
Maybe like when you were
Jesus.
bitten by a snake, it gave you a revelation. But yes,
Bloody
Mike,
hell.
from drink to food. Do you like gummy bears?
Oh boy, do I.
I love gummy bears. Gummy bears are great. I love like gummy sweets. Like any kind of like gelatin sweet, great. Absolutely love. I love gummy sweets. Unfortunately, there's a sticky situation as a gummy bear spill gums up Monday traffic on Interstate 30 in North Little Rock. Gummy bears everywhere.
That's gonna be so funny
I
to
mean,
look at.
like, I'd assume if it's like a gummy bear spill, like, I assume it's not melted, but like with the heat,
It may
maybe
well
it
do.
will. So you'll get like a weird, nice gummy bear smell.
But it's good. It's a spill. They're not going to necessarily know what it is straight away. It's gonna be everywhere. Do we get a real picture of it, or is it just going to be like giant crates at a time?
Send
If it's
boxes
giant,
of gummy bears spilling into the interstate.
spilling, spilling gummy bears.
Now, Mike, obviously, this is in the US in Little Rock,
Yep.
but over in the UK, oh, Mike, I'm sorry, this may ruin your gummy bears. I love gummy bears
Why?
too. What happens if we what happens if a wind turbine is useless?
I'm going to assume they decommission it, take it
No, they
apart, and
turn it
use it.
into gummy bears. Wind turbine blades could be recycled into gummy bears, scientists say. Researchers designed composite resin for blades and can now be broken down into new products, including sweets, specifically gummy bears.
Um, now I'm gonna level with you.
Yeah?
That of all the things you could have, of all the segues, of all the things that you could have said,
I
of
thought
all
my
the
segue was pretty good. There's gummy bears
yes,
in it.
no,
The
no, no, no,
last
no, no, no,
article
no,
was
no,
about
no, no, no,
gummy
no.
bears.
No, the segue was perfect. But of all the things to have transitioned to, of all the things that you could have said after wind turbine blades could be recycled into, gummy bears was not the thing I thought you were going to
Yeah,
say.
without it's weird, Mike. Obviously, when I thought wind turbine blades, I thought gummy bears. That's it. First thought, gummy bears straight away, instantly.
But
I would have thought, I don't
Jesus
know,
Christ.
metal. Well, I guess they're composites, so they wouldn't be
It
metal.
it just could be anything. Like, bloody hell.
Yeah, well, the Michigan State University, so I guess that's America. They've made a composite resin for the blades by combining glass fiber, plant-derived polymer, and synthetic ones. Once the blades have reached the end of their lifespan, the materials can be broken down, recycled into new products, such as chewy sweets.
It just doesn't
I'm not a huge
sound
fan. I'm not a
good.
huge fan that some of the blades are made of fiberglass.
It just doesn't sound good, obviously.
What, do you not want fiberglass in your diet?
No, I would not like fiberglass in my diet.
Fine, God. God, so prim and so posh, Mike.
Yeah, sorry, how dare I? How dare I? How absolutely dare I not want to eat fucking wind turbines?
Oh
Who
God.
am I
Like
if I
who
don't
who thought
even.
like who thought of this? You know what I mean? Who was their first thing? It was like, oh God, we really need to do something with this. What can we do? Oh God, I'm a bit hungry. I could do with some gummy bears. That's it.
I can't believe we hadn't thought of this.
It's like oh God. Obviously, when you upgrade a PC part when your computer explodes.
Yeah.
Now, thermal paste. Obviously, that gets used up. My computer's exploded. Computer parts. Pizza comes in parts. We can turn it into pizza.
I just. I just.
Now, obviously, that has blown your mind. Just
This is a
like
borderline. I hate people.
borderline. Well, don't worry,
It's
Mike.
only
Obviously,
borderline because it's recycling and recycling is cool.
but then recycling into food you like, Mike.
Yeah,
This is
no.
food you like.
No,
Imagine
please.
a jelly baby. Well, I mean, it's clearly
I can't
America. I don't.
believe.
I don't think food standards would.
I think food standards would perfectly take this.
You
I
never
can't.
know.
I can't believe that my Roundtrees used to power my toaster.
I guess that's true. They also powered the factory where the round trees was made. It's the circle of Jelly Baby.
Circle of life.
The Jelly Baby starts its life as a wind turbine. After years of moving around, it finally gets to seek retirement. The younger Jelly Babies will power their trip into retirement. Oh, it's like the March of the Penguins. But speaking of you don't know what's in candy, let's look at 25 of the weirdest candies.
Absolutely.
Well, let's start with the first one, Mike. Japanese squid candy. Would you eat
Huh.
it?
What is it?
It's
A gummy worm that
it's not gummy
tastes
octopus. It's
a
they're
gummy
just
worm that tastes
literally.
like squid that's made from fish paste and artificial. I mean, I
I'm not a
I
fishy
I'm
person,
prob
so I'd probably
I'm
go.
pr- I don't hate like I like fish. I like sushi. I like really like salmon. Squid is okay.
I
The
mean,
words fish paste and artificial squid flavoring just kind of doesn't do it for me.
but
I'm going there. If there are 25 of these, I have a feeling I'm going to say 25 times I'll try anything once. I
mm,
would just only have to try it once, I
well, Mike,
think.
it does say it's good, as you can see on the packaging. It's lots of
Definitely.
symbols in
It's
Japanese
so
kanji.
good.
I
It's
don't know them. If
so
you can say
good. They have
it's
to
good.
tell you it in a different language.
I know that's how good it is. Well, don't worry, Mike. We've got the next thing. Branches turkey dinner candy corn.
Yep, that also sounds good.
Like it's dinner candy corn with roasted turkey, green beans, stuffing, ginger glazed carrots, cranberry sauce, and sweet potato pie. I don't know if they'd be good. They're very savoury for sweets. Maybe they might be. Maybe they might work, but I don't know.
I th- See that sounds fine.
Mm,
It's a bit
well,
like
Mike.
if you've got an entire roast dinner in a snack, that's really pushing it.
Oh
But
God.
you'd have
I
to
feel like
try it.
it's there was an
It's
episode
like
of Friends years ago where like I think it was like Rachel made like
the
something for like
trifle,
yeah
the
trifle, half
half
turkey
trifle,
delight.
half shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. But don't worry, Mike. Next, pickle candy canes.
Nope. You need to
Oh
send me
no,
this
you're
up.
fine. You're not willing
Nope.
to try this
Nope.
once.
No, I fucking hate pickles. Send me that. Send
Damn.
me that article, please,
Pickle
when we're
candy
done.
canes. I will. Are
However,
you going to buy yourself some as a treat?
no, I fucking well am not.
Well, don't worry, Mike. Maybe you don't like pickle, but something else that's green. Wasabi Kit Kat.
Okay, so before I tell you how fucking disgusting that sounds,
Yes. Picture.
wasabi popcorn is really good.
Ooh, interesting.
Really good.
Interesting. So now are you willing to try the wasabi Kit Kat?
No, stop fucking ruining chocolate.
Ooh.
You pe
Japan has a culture with Kit Kats. There's many different
Stop
flavors in Japan.
ruining chocolate.
That's fine. It's just they like wasabi. They
Please.
like wasabi. Let them have their Kit Kat.
Please.
Mike,
Please
have a break.
stop ruining. I'm trying.
Have a break.
I am
Have a
very
wasabi
close
Kit Kat.
to having a break.
Don't worry. Burnt rice candy.
I would definitely try it.
Burnt
That's
rice.
weird. That's weird. I would definitely try it.
I don't I don't think it would be good. Yeah, yeah, I don't like it. Cricket lollipop.
No,
When would you stop licking?
straight away.
uh, gummy candy noodles. Take out in a box.
No, see, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. This apparently just has a weird story. Just Tootsie Rolls, they're not weird. Saltwater taffy. The weird story is doesn't have any salt water in it. Just his taffy was in a barrel of salt water. That's it. Circus peanut.
Okay, no, I'm okay with this.
It's banana flavor.
Yeah, I like banana.
Oh,
I also
don't
really like as I would have got to at some point in the orange lemon thing if you hadn't absolutely set me off on one. Was I really like citrus flavors, citrus
Citrus is good.
sweets. Just inject them into my veins.
Yeah, citrus is good. I'm not a huge fan of sour. This is sour flush candy toilet.
That sort of thing makes me laugh because they're just funny. It's like toxic waste.
Yeah,
That sort of thing.
or
It's
like a
just
gummy dummy.
yeah, they're just yeah. like the sugary cigarettes and shit like that.
Yeah, they're fine. It's just more novelty than weird.
Yeah,
Like in taste,
absolutely.
it's literally just sour sherbet.
Yeah.
Barbecue payday. Candy and barbecue sauce.
Are they going to go? No.
Apparently, this is Hershey's Taste of America.
I mean, I want to try it, but I also no.
How much do you like barbecue and chocolate?
I mean, I like barbecue, but I fucking love chocolate.
Therefore, surely it should be fine.
Yeah, no, no, definitely. But you've got to. These are the ones you can see the next fucking line, right?
Ah,
But
you can. The audience can't, but you can, and
no, I
you
know
can, and
exactly.
you know what horrible treat is coming, and you don't know how that would taste.
No one will.
We'll soon see.
But I would definitely try that
You
because
try the payday, the
no, I
barbecue
would
payday.
definitely try it. Yes.
Okay. Well, Mike, obviously you didn't know what Pez was, but here it is.
Now
It's
I do.
chlorophyll Pez. Yep, chlorophyll Pez. More unusual than their coffee to licorice flavors. Chlorophyll flavor.
Jesus.
What did I guess that's what freshly cut grass? Maybe. What? Yeah. What exactly? The taste of freshly cut grass, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh God, do you want to know one thing about freshly cut
But
grass?
you would have to try it. I'm sorry, you'd have to try it once.
I guess so. Yeah, I'd be willing to try it. It doesn't look appealing, but I'd be willing to. I just want to know what chlorophyll would taste like. Do I then absorb the sun better? Does it make me make
I
oxygen?
can. It's gonna taste like cut grass. You're
I
right.
guess
It's got
so.
to. It's got
Oh
to.
God.
It's got to.
Speaking of cut grass, do you want to know something about cut grass? It's
Go on.
this is a miserable fact.
As in, it's really sad, or as in, you should not know this. You're sad.
No, it's more like it's just kind of weird. I mean, what's grass gonna do? So you know the scent of cut grass.
Yeah.
It's meant to be a warning to other grass that humans are nearby.
That's really sad.
I know, but what's grass gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, so I assume it tastes like chlorophyll. Bertie Bott's every flavour beans. They had flavours such as dirt, earwax, rotten egg, and sausage.
Good old dirt.
Yum.
Yeah,
Uh,
those sort of bean boozled Bertie Bots. Oh
yeah.
God.
Don't worry, we've got a box of boogers.
And I just thank God they're actual flavor. No, thank God they're actual flavors.
What? They mean the flavours of snotter melon, sour green bogey, and lemon loogie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, thank God they're not just.
I love that. I love one of the weird things. Tangy gummy bogies that look and feel real. Eh. Eh.
You know, that's pretty bad.
Nico wafers. They're apparently no one's favorite candy. They taste like chalk.
Why would you? Why?
Apparently they're the preferred candy of Arctic explorers.
Yeah, but why?
Donald McMillan gave these candies out to native Canadians during his travels. More amazingly, however, is the fact that Admiral ordered 2.5 tons of them to journey to the South Pole. Pound of candy a week for every man. Taste the chalk. Wafer.
I just. It's like some of these have been like, I get why you do it, don't.
Yeah.
Some of them have been awful, and some of them have been okay. Like
I love that. Like when you see this since 1847. Like you really wonder, like how have they stood the test of time? You'd assume nostalgia, or like parents wanting to torture their children. Obviously, Mike, you've heard of Palmer violets. Now have candy violets.
I'm okay with this. Looks a bit fancy, but I'm okay with it.
Where they're made with real violets.
Less interesting.
What you? Now you're too good for real flowers, are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Camel balls. Yep.
Hang on. Hang on.
Salsa getty.
Now that's weird.
What salsa getty? You want
I,
salsa
I,
spaghetti?
so I would definitely try that, and I will probably enjoy it. I- I'm gonna have
More?
to dunk my head after this. This has been a lot.
Well, don't worry, Mike. When you're dunking your head, maybe you can dunk it down onto the toe of Satan. Said to be one of the hottest candies out there, the Hellfire chili extract from the Carolina Reaper pepper has a Scoville unit of 9 million. Do you want to suck on Satan's toe?
No, no, I do not.
Okay, chocolate covered ants.
I'm okay with this. I don't give
Okay, that is.
a... Wait.
Okay.
It's actual ants.
Yeah, it's actual ants.
Less okay with it.
Now, 1 minute you're fine with ants. Then
Yeah,
you're
because
too
I assumed it was
posh
going to
for
be
ants.
like chocolate frog. It's a chocolate shaped frog. Wait, frog shaped chocolate.
Would you have preferred it if it was a chocolate frog, which was
I'd
a
have...
frog covered in chocolate?
No. But I'd be okay with this if it was just chocolatey shapes.
Well, that's not why it would be weird. Then it would just be
Oh.
cut into a weird shape, I guess.
Then I'm not eating the ant.
Oh, fine. God, so prim and proper. Durian candy.
Um,
Do you know what durian is?
I do now.
Well, it's known as one of the world's smelliest fruits. It's not good.
Yeah.
Like the other name for it is vomit fruit.
Then I definitely know what it is. You would have to try it once. I would never go
I
near it
will
again.
never try this shit. Like, if I know it's called vomit fruit, I'm like, I'm good. Edible underwear, literally just those candy necklaces. The Thrills gummy. Ever wished you could buy a candy bar that tastes like soap? This tastes
No.
like soap.
But that kind of... Nah, I'd still try it.
Well, you're not willing for the ant, but you're willing for the soap.
Yeah, I would definitely try the soap chocolate.
Well, finally, Mike, limited edition. This is Cadbury. You know it's good stuff. Vegemite.
You would have to try it.
I don't think you would.
You would have to try it.
I think, honestly, Mike, I think I'd have a much better life, much more enjoyable experience as a human being if I
Not.
just didn't try it.
No, you would have to try it at least
I'm
once.
good. This is where, like, you know, I get like a big acting role, or like a big voice acting gig for a game, and like the first big paycheck, like first big major paycheck I get, I'm just like, here, Mike, you wanted to try these so badly. Here's all your candies, including the pickle candy canes.
No, that's of all the things, I hate that the most.
Out of all of the things we've come across, the pickle candy canes is your least favourite.
Yes, because it's
Okay.
disgusting. The concept is so disgusting. I don't hate all of the other ones. I would not touch the ants. Look,
And
my
well,
brain.
I mean, you may not touch gummy bears anymore because they may be made out of wind turbines soon.
I would still do it.
Yeah, I mean, gummy bears are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the end of weird news. Did you have fun, Mike? Did you enjoy the news?
Very. That was an experience.
It was certainly a wild ride. I also broke you as a human being by telling you that humans are waterproof. Twice, yeah. But yes,
And I only hated people twice.
That's true. I wouldn't have got even remotely drunk or tipsy if we played the "Do you hate people drinking" game.
It will have to be next time.
I need more evil news for Mike. But yes, thank you, Mike, for joining me, and thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. But
Anytime.
from me and Mike, we shall catch you later. Goodbye.
Peace.